Davis driving. Gurley for three. The bigs having a hard time knocking him down. Bama 2 for 7 from three. Davison, little push shot didn't go. Then Vandy fought for it and lost it.
Then against Shackelford, I mean, he's the best shot they got at trying to stop him. And you can't tell me that doesn't wear him down some on the offensive end.
There's Davison getting it done inside.
Ball situations, they got 0 field goals out of him. So he knows this is a team better in the open court. And they got to play that way.
Another missed layup out of bounds off of Vanderbilt. They would want. Back like a three. Davison trying to get a shot off. Floater. No good. Rebounded by the smallest man on the floor. 5'11" Trey Thomas.
The amount of
Thomas. No. Vandy's shots just aren't falling. Here's Davison, full head of steam. Bediako, blind shot, puts it in.
Nice hustle by the big man.
In foul trouble. Shot clock at 3. Davison get a pull. Bediako pulls it down, and then Pippen strips it from him.
Oh, that's the problem. He pulled it down.
Alabama, under a minute to play. Down 4, downhill. Davison hangs. Can't convert. Another miss inside at the rim for Alabama.
The end, turnover.
Ooh, Quinterly with a nice move. Locates Ellis. Extra pass. Davison for 3. Book it. How about the ball movement by Bama?
And it really started with...
Has been working it around. 6 field goals by 5 different players. Davison launches a 3 and hits from the outside. And Will Wade has seen enough. Just 4 for Alabama. Davison from the outside. Off the mark. Rebound by Gurley. Happy birthday to Shaq. Bama's missed its last 6 shots. Make it 7. But Shackelford ends the run. Quinterly left open. They'll shoot a 3. Davison offensive rebound and the putback. And we're tied at 29.
You know, it's interesting that both these teams are so... And, you know, LSU kind of packing in their defense now. They usually come out and pressure you, but they're playing with their feet on the three-point line now.
Davison misses a wide-open 3, but Days could not control the rebound. Tied at 41. Davison trying to answer. Wide open, and he hits.
I mean, that is such bad recognition.
These Villanova guys come out of the woodwork. They're everywhere. Quinterly scoreless this half. Passes on the shot, and Davison misses.
How about Quinterly? He was a Villanova guy, too.
For a year, as he's defending Quinterly. Davison in the paint. Off the front of the rim. Easton grabs the rebound.
He can rattle off how many shot attempts they've had.
Yeah.
You know, Alabama's shot 1,014 times and they've made 472. I mean, just the numbers keep coming out.
But where did it all start? How did this league improve to kind of a low point? All starts with the coaching. Davison, look out! Wow. Top with 7. Into the hands of Gurley with 5. Back out to Davison. Going to be a desperation shot. And defended very well by the Aggies. Valiant. Alabama trying to win their 6th game in the last 7 tries. Davison wide of the mark. Here come the Aggies.
Great block out by. So then you've got to chase and guard them.
So good on the dribble drive tonight. Quinterly sets up Davison on an open 3, in and out. Bediako, rather
shooter. And Ellis knew it. Couldn't get to him.
Oh, beautiful up and under move by the freshman Davison.
Terrific. Shot on fire.
Under 10 to play. Davison on a runner. Missed it. Coleman boards it.
Had the lob to Bediako.
Pops out halfway down and out. Gamecocks on a 6-0 run. Davison on a blow by.
I just don't know what you do with that in the open floor. I mean, you better start.
Ellis missed the three, got his own rebound. Davison weaving. And Bryant will tear away. 5:17 was our score. And then Davison responds on the other end with an and one.
Again, they can come back at you so fast, but Stevenson stole that ball. Looked like he was going to kind of...
Spots up a three, can't get it to go.
Just no penetration in the half court by South Carolina.
Spin cycle. Oh, no!
Oh!
Yeah, Lynn Robbins, he reminded us, he said, listen, I've went against Luka Garza, Kofi Cockburn. I've went against some of the best in the country, Dave. Curry does what James Harden does, Kyrie Irving, trying to get to the line.
Davison takes it himself. Boy, rattles off the rim into the hands of Malora Brown. He hurt.
I don't even want to continue the conversation.
Let's move on. Here's Davison. Well, left him open, and he can't get the shot to go down. Rebound there by Lawrence.
Alabama's a different team.
You got to let him come down. You can't slide under him. And I think we're seeing more and more of that from a defensive perspective. These guys get up in the air and guys slide underneath them.
Yeah.
And look,
can beat high-level teams this season.
Oh, speaking of high level, that was a high-level block by Miles, and it results in a layup by Davison at the other end. He two-handed took that ball off the backboard.
Hand-in-hand, Iverson Molinar, and then J.D. Notte, who we know that's not a picture of J.D. Notte. That was Jalen Williams. We'll talk about him a little in the second half.
Davison, steal and dunk. That first half, 2 of 5. 5 points, no assists, 2 turnovers. Davison. You mentioned it in our Carvana first half stats. Davison. Tough shot by Davison, front of the rim. Rebound to Studi.
Excellent defensive trip by the
He always jump dribble lanes, passing lanes. Davison looking to create some space. He does. Big shot doesn't go. And a rebound cleaned up by Shibwe. Defensively, Allen on the floor now, known as a shooter. Giving everybody a little touch. Davison, short. Rebound is snatched by Hopkins. Pretty good swing it. Davison back in. We approach 6 minutes to play in this first half. Crossover. Davison, the bump, the bucket. How quick. Slithers through a little tiny. 46-36. Crimson Tide. Keon Ellis back in. Davison, ball fake. Step back Jay. In and out. Rebound knocked towards the big. Defensive set. Can't hang your heads if you're Bama. 54-48. David Davison off the probe and kick. Davison, he can quiet a crowd. I'll tell you, that was a big-time counter. That was upstairs. Turnover here. Davison lost it, out of bounds. Goodness, how high can you fly? But he's before his time, wouldn't you say? Oh, he played? No doubt. If he played today, one of those, forget it. He fits right in. Nice open middle. One of the few times they've got an opportunity to come up empty. Tried to share it with Brooks, had it knocked away. J.D. Davison, strong move.
He is so strong going to his right. Now his left has to develop. Done the last 3 ball games. Seth mentioned it. Rutgers beat Michigan State. Then they beat Ohio State. They go to Wisconsin and win at Wisconsin. Now they got Illinois right now backed up against the ropes. That's how you play your way into the tournament.
5.
We see what Alabama has done with wins over Gonzaga, Baylor, Houston. It's as good as I've seen it, Tom, in all my years of covering this league.
J.D. Davison for 3. And a foul before that on the... Ellis shares it this time. Darius Miles to Bediako. He kicks it out. Davison follows and he's fouled. Davison gets downhill. They got Williams switched on him. And then Notte tried to challenge late. There's an offensive board. Well, nearly stepped on the baseline jumper by Stanley Umude as Arkansas looks for someone to pick up the slack with Notte on the bench. Here's J.D. Davison. Got it. Freshman point guard came in highly decked.
And that's where Arkansas is going to have to go. Instead of trying to force or manufacture points on the perimeter, go in the paint.
Only scoreless half this entire season for J.D. Notae. Gary flips it out to Davison. And the foul on the rebound will be
much better job taking care of the ball. Give him a chance. Give yourself a chance by getting a shot.
Shot clock winding down. It's now at 5. Davison puts up an air ball. Arkansas with an opportunity, down by 13. Shackelford waits in the corner.
They've got to find a way to get him the basketball. Davison's got to find him.
Davison is able to take it himself. He's got 5. Whoa, good hands by Bediako, and he forces the Arkansas turnover. Shackelford waiting in the corner. Davison says, I got it again, and he's got a 3-point chance. Davison follows his own miss. He has taken over this game.
Davison sets up the play for Alabama. Davison, uber talented freshman, and that's the kind of explosive play he can make.
Got such great body. Hey, anybody who scores 31 in a ball game, in a conference game like he did against Mississippi State, impressive.
Davison, nothing but net on the tray, and Alabama starting. Davison left alone on a 3. Davison hits another one. Alabama now need to foul. Davison, a pretty move. Pretty finish by J.D. Davison. You were pulling on your jersey.
Hey, I was talking, and I thought, I don't think he can hear me. I don't know what happened, but I'm back.
You're saying, gosh, it's really rude of Mike to be ignoring me for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, back and forth, both sides guards are filling it up.
Yeah, we got shot makers tonight.
Yeah.
We got shot makers that are hitting all kinds of shots, and that makes the game of basketball so much. I mean, Ole Miss is still hanging around. This is, if they can get some stops, like you mentioned, John. I mean, they're just having trouble getting any type of defensive momentum against this Alabama offense.
If you put
in good shape for the tournament, but this is a get-right game. They needed a win, a hard-earned win on the road. They'd lost 4 straight away from the Coleman Coliseum, and they've done just about.
A little better shooter going to his left than he is to his right.
Here's Davison on Wheeler. That is an advantage for Alabama all night long if he can just finish. It's ripped down by Gurley. Davison. Wow. 2 for 18 from 3 for Alabama.
A year, and that's not what he wants. But they don't have the shooters that they had last year. Alabama does not. It's plain and simple as that.
Alabama just 33% from 2 against Auburn. After that great game, they bring him down. Davison gets downhill, and Sheboy didn't block it, but he certainly impacted it.
Ball had no chance of going in. You're shooting off
the free throw line. That's been their saving grace. Davison gets deep. Nope. Mintz saves it on the baseline.
Bad shots get blocked. Kentucky team.
Brooks with the throwdown. Here's Davison. And he finally gets one to go for Bama team. It was ice cold from deep. It was a winning formula without a doubt last year. It was a winning formula for Nate Oates at Buffalo. And he was a 2-time MAC Coach of the Year. This goes back a couple of seasons for the Kentucky fans. Here's Rojas. But, Gene, I think this Alabama team is a good example as Davison kicks it outside. It's another miss from 3.
Well, think about this. What's the best win in all of college basketball this year? The best win. It was Kentucky, what they did to Kansas.
Yeah.
That's the best win that we have in college ball. And it's a simple thing, but Kentucky is so good at not cutting early or late. They are on time, on target with their cuts.
6th by Cardwell. He was so good against Alabama when Kessler was in foul trouble.
Boy, Davison, a great ball fake, and it's tipped up and in. Noah Gurley with the basket. Katie Johnson. He said, I got to go find a place I can play and start. He hung it out. Quinterly will kick. Davison, that's too strong.
Pretty good box out there by Wendell Green Jr.
Pick so far. Every NBA team is looking for guys who can block shots and bring that type of energy and have skill offensively. I think he's going to be able to shoot the ball down the road. So reminds me a little bit of Miles Turner.
Jay Bill is not the only person making a lot of money tonight, Carl.
Well, he's actually getting it, though. Walker's is down the road. Kessler's got 6 blocks. He's got a triple-double already this year. Behind the back, Davison's wide open, and that's off. Continuing a miserable night for him. It's loose on the floor, and here comes Flanagan. He's got #1 Auburn Tuesday on ESPN, and then Kentucky. So a chance for a huge statement 3 times over if they can. J.D. Davison into the game, and wow, off the bench. Baylor, tough man-to-man defense, long. They defend the 3 really well. Davison launches, that's too strong. Shot.
The last 8-0. We talked about how Alabama plays up and down their competition. Baylor should have worn Incarnate Word jerseys today instead of Baylor.
Alabama, the rebound. Davison crosses over, lays it up and in for the backcourt of Davis on ESPN television.
A.J. Griffin was also terrific today for Duke.
Yeah.
Back-to-back threes in the middle of that 12-0 run. That's a Duke team now that they will be right there with everyone.
Baylor.
Yeah.
They're 7-1 into today's game.
Allen Fieldhouse, that's my first time as a young kid living in Kansas. I think it was in the 3rd grade. My dad took me to my first college basketball game. I can tell you.
Difference. Winning streak on the line today. Akinjo. Sohan. And a chance for a run out for Alabama. 8. Under 3 to go. And the crowd is going bonkers. Turnover.
Not going to let Quinterly get downhill. They're going to double the ball out of his hands and make someone else make a play.
Gary deflected. Davison.
Davison trying to find some space. Alabama from 3 in this game.
Stay. Switch. Just talk your action no matter what it is. And Coach Green said it's really just 1 or 2 words for each person.
J.D. Davison gets his first bucket. He's coming off of it. Out to Davison. Of course, Georgia had the #1 pick in the draft a couple years ago under Tom Crean, Anthony Edwards, and he's dunking on everybody at the next level. Another offensive rebound, but he did not have a great shooting game Saturday against South Carolina, which is 3 for 12. Tom Crean has repeatedly said he's a 3-point shooter. He's got to look to take shots, and he's got to make them. Davison makes. Georgia hanging in there, but the Dogs need to stop. Here's Davison. Offensive rebound. Has a 4-point lead. Georgia jumped out to 27-19 lead early. Here's Davison uncontested.
Here it is.
Davison on Cook. And couldn't finish. Bridges.
Brown, one of the top rebounders in the SEC at nearly 9 a game.
And again, good defense by Alabama. Don't get the box out.
Well, a lot of contact on that.
About 10 times in a row versus Ole Miss. That's a sweet spot right there. Once you get to that free throw line for the pull-up.
Transfer from Green Bay. Off the Davison miss. It's Coleman. Gonna look for a ball screen. Instead, takes it on Brown. To Davison. Loads up a 3. Nothing but the net.
And that's the new post play in this day and age.
Right.
It's open, so.
Got to call those screens out, for right?
Yeah.
I mean, he keeps getting leveled. Davison off the mark on the 3. Under a minute to go in the first half.
Back in the day, if I didn't do that first move, what's your move?
Right.
What do you feel? What do you want to do? And then perfect that, build off that, and now you got a post play.
Now you got a post play, and if you got post play, that Pickett to the basket and shoots that one off the side of the backboard. Davison all the way.
Double team came late, and he's just too big down there for any of the Alabama guards.
Davison on a triple. J.D. Davison, it's a 2-point. He's really heated up here in the second half. Davison slices, dices, rims off. Rojas flying in for the board. Shackelford, no.
Gets a pretty clean look, and what a finish. Twice in a row. Tough angle.
J.D. Davison, they laid off him, and he launched a three. It's not his strength, and that's why they laid off him.
Discipline on not getting overstretched or overhelp.
Davison, way too strong. Deflected out of bounds by a guy up. How about the job Murray just did on Shackelford? Make sure he didn't move by him. Davison will try a three. That's just a little short. Offensive rebound. Shackelford.
It's an easy two.
And you can see the conversation between Nate Oates and Quinterly on the bench. And Quinterly said, ultimately, and there's a great tick. Davison does that as well as anybody. When he goes downhill, he's running consistently. Other than getting the ball up on the glass and going for the offensive rebounds, and minus some of the players tonight, hard to do. Absorbing the contact, J.D. Davison lays it up and in as he scored his less than that. Boy, Wilkins lost it on the way up.
Good look.
Davison wide open, way too strong. He's got to develop that outside shot.
Guards.
Big Al's going to pack a couple of twos with him. 16 of Alabama's 24 in the second half have come in the paint. And here, maybe two more, but a great block by Eason.
For so many years, and so to finally get it another time is something they're excited about.
Davison off the back iron, another offensive rebound. Davison from the wing, feeling it. Rojas tapping it around, and it's into the second half. Davison on a step back three. Got it! Wow.
Looking a little more like the J.D. Davison.
Steal. It's Rojas. Ahead to Davison. Look out. Davison hanging and firing.
Wow. The young.
Saw Holt, number one in the game for Alabama. Davison. Tough shot. Bad shot. Smith with another block. Flanagan finds Green. He's a prolific shooter.
The ball was stuck on the first side of the floor. Never gets to the paint. It's a horrible, bad decision by Flanagan.
Davison tipped in by Jawan Gary.
That's the first offensive rebound in the game for Alabama in the last couple of years.
That wasn't a good pass that time, and a 3-on-1. Davison lays it in.
He is as good as anyone in the freshman class in that type of a
point lead. Quinterly has Holt with him now in the backcourt. Keon Ellis. And here's Davison. Wide open three, just a little too strong.
Yeah, Auburn not afraid to come off of Davison. And I'll say it again, they do not put a bad defender on the floor. They are staying out of defensive rotations by staying attack.
What a shot there. J.D. Davison drew the foul, then threw it up over. And here's a turnover. Good pass, Davison. Up and in. What a look from Quinterly.
It all started with J.D. Davis. There's still 7:40 to go in this one, but what can they not do?
Now Davison missed. There's a foul as Shackelford went in, and Devin Cambridge got him.
Feels like two big misses, does it not?
Empty trip for Auburn. Davison. Look out! Oh, J.D. Davison. Wow. And the foul games, and he's got 4 assists tonight and just 1 turnover.
Auburn goes zone, and then they go man late.
Too strong, loose ball. Oh, they're going to get a foul.
Lead off first base. As a help defender, how far can you get in a help position and still get back to the shooter? Base stealing and guarding the arc.
I like that. Tigers in the midst of an 8-0 run after a 14-2 stretch in favor of Bama. Davison top of the kid. Look for Ellis off the heel. Press 20. Davison wide open. Look out if he starts connecting.
Not a lot of movement.
Davison left open for a minute. Dejuan Gordon with 13. The lead is back to 13.
Did he shoot that like a 26%?
Place at the right time. He's now in double figures.
Cannot give extra possessions. If you're Missouri, you want to have the one and done mentality on the glass.
And Mark with Kobe Brown back on.
Napping. Ball watching.
Von Pickett with 15. Davison. Shot clock at 9. Pickett lost the handle. Coleman gets it back. No look dish to Gordon.
As well as anyone in the SEC.
Well, that time Fleming got too deep. Here's Davison. And it's rejected right in front of the window. Big block by Anthony DeRuigi. The mark, chance for Bama to run. Here's Quinterly.
That ball had no chance of going in. It was a shot with a sideways spin.
J.D. Davison misses. Bama's missed its last 6. Now just
have easy reversals in this game, and it's such a big part of it.
Davison with the ball fake and the floater. That's another one of those twos. They'd rather be at the rim. And the 3 hits the back iron. Here's this half.
Do you see the little windup that he has into his shot?
Yeah.
The ball starts on the left side of his body, and he's a right-handed shooter.
Gators with the block shot. Quinterly for the 3.
It's Tennessee. They are so gap strong. 3 on the shot clock. Davison, the runner. That will drop in. So after the turnovers, he comes back in. One thing that guy can do is jump against Houston, and he's able to go in traffic and take another one away. Chance for Alabama to tie. They're down 3. Davison will launch. Bad shot. But look at Shackelford get the offensive rebound. Another off. Bediako went straight up. Didn't come down with his hands. Ellis through traffic. Davison 3. Short. And they're going to get Bediako there. He slapped at.
Well, Davison will make adjustments, you know, when they have a break, and Coach McKillop has seen it all. They're going to continue to play at this pace. They're doing a great job of keeping Alabama in front of them and forcing.
Now for Davidson, their largest of the ball game. Nice dish to the right side. Davison rims out, no. Loose and taken by.
Outstanding defensive possession by the Tide.
The putback, but they're going to call a flop.
The shot clock almost expired.
Meninga, he's from Auckland, New Zealand. J.D. Davison, he's from left the hatch.
For this season, and they were not getting in the lane and then kicking off at 3.
J.D. Davison on the floor for the first time tonight. Little awkward step to the basket, couldn't get it to go.
He got in the paint that time. He just wasn't sure what he was going to do with it when he got in that lead guard spot against Memphis. 8 assists.
I'd like to see him turn that corner right there, Dave.
Jay Powell with a block shot. Boy, Gibbs steps back and hammers home that 3. He averages 11 points a game. 46% from behind the arc for Gibbs. 27 of 58. He's got a pretty good sample size. Davison to the basket. See, he had a plan this time when he went to the rack.
That looked much. Yeah, see what happens now? You know he can finish with the best of them in the country. 4 made threes. 5 turnovers. A few offensive rebounds.
Boy, Davison had a good look.
They've been able to take Alabama.
J.D. Davison to the rack. That one is blocked, knocked out of there by Kane Henry, but it'll stay with Alabama.
Kevin, you lose, you go home. That's how hard fought it was. Those 2 teams are Final Four good, Houston and Alabama.
Here's Davison. First missed shot for Alabama. Tracked down offensively by Tree. Nolly stripped, and Memphis turns it over. The freshman Davison, eyes always up. Davison will take it himself. Turns, smacks the rebound into the ground. Alabama
let Memphis get a ton of confidence to start this game. The team that had lost 4 in a row, they came out of the starting blocks hot, and Alabama's been chasing ever since.
Harris stripped on the way up.
That's a crazy play by Harris. A crazy play up 74 to 58.
Davison, that's a crazy play too. Williams just gave up 2 points on a goaltend. Memphis breaks pressure again.
If you're just tuning in and wondering how in the heck did this happen, Memphis sped up a fast-playing Alabama team throughout this ball game. Win and prove to yourself and to your guys we can hang in this thing and be relevant on the national level. They rang the bell and answered the bell tonight. And now a big one awaits them. Separation in this game. I know Alabama's had the lead, but it hasn't grown more than 7.
Shed denied by Gary and a 2-on-1. Davison himself.
Wow, that ball was exactly what Houston did.
Davison gets it.
Ravi, that's really tough because you had Gurley cutting in front. On film, I knew Houston was dynamic.
The other way, J.D. Davison, and he draws the foul. Sorry, but this thing's back and forth.
Here's what I've learned. At Houston,
he'll take it. Tough shot. Rebound. J.D. Davison with a flush. And how about the freshman?
No ball screen, just lets Quinterly.
Got Bob. Robert Ory. Charles Sprewell as a 3 on the way from the freshman J.D. Davison.
And even underneath Oaks, and you go back to
underneath the reverse and the follow from J.D. Davison.
Mike Schmitz right now is writing that down and saying, okay, he can elevate.
Jaden Shackelford, the kick out to J.D. Davison, and a 3 for Davison. 11 minutes to go in the first half, and since 14-3 run for the Crimson Tide. The block shot from Anton Watson of Gonzaga. Trying to turn the corner. Here's J.D. Davison in the corner, rattles in a 3.
That's
his second.
3.
Davison, impressive first half of the freshman. Here he is behind a screen. 3 threes for J.D. Davison in this one.
See, when you have
another 3 from Davison, that one rattles out, and Holmgren clears for Gonzaga. They've made 1 3 here in the second half after they made 10 in the first half.
The SEC is loaded from top to bottom.
J.D. Davison, a big 3 for the Crimson Tide.
We saw Hickman step up.
Julian Strother missing a 3. Rebound tipped out by Timmy and a steal. J.D. Davison steps in front and finishes for Alabama.
Oh, my. How about the awareness?
One more look. That's pretty basketball, Doug.
Sure is. Davison, wild shot. McGusty comes away with it.
But both have sincerely taken so much and try to keep the momentum going as they lead this tournament.
Davison posting up. That was easy.
Well, I like that. He's got such good size.
Around the perimeter for Alabama, Charles Bediako inside. Davison beats the buzzer for 2. That's a long 2-point shot.
It's a lot of pounding that time.
Like you said, it just seems like JD can get where he wants whenever he wants. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Davison gathers and lays it in.
Some jump stops are not creative. Smart decision by Alabama to pull it back out, reset. Thought it was really good defense on Miami's part as well.
Miles a little strong. Davison rips the rebound away from McGusty. The ball out there with J.D. Davison. Miles comes to set the screen. Instead, Quinterly goes all the way to the basket. How about the putback by the freshman?
Young man has springs in his tennis shoes.
There's Lexi, Josie, and Brielle. Made the trip, been here all week, and apparently the girls like Disney more than they like watching Alabama basketball. They've spent all week wearing out the parks, although he says. Davison for three.
That's what he's got to continue to perfect, and he'll be tested when he plays.
Came all from three-point range. Made 4 of them. This is his first here tonight. Then he plays under the screen, daring Davison to shoot it, and it worked out. Tied at 8.
Chip roll of a team that's average age is around 22.
Davison rises up, just lays it in.
He can do that anytime he wants.
Wow.
Physically is.
Davison with a head of steam into traffic. You just get the sense he can do that whenever he wants.
Whenever he wants, like flipping on the light switch.
But it comes back to Alabama. Tell me the folks in Leadahachie, Alabama, don't puff out their chest every time. He's in excruciating pain, but then they're able to fix it, at least for the short term. But that's not why he had missed a couple of weeks of action. He had rolled his ankle, so they're very happy to have him out.
Close. We've got an eternity in this basketball game right now, but Alabama has to respond.
This is our 4th tie so far. Alabama back on top, down to 8.
Don't know if Davison realizes it. He does now.
And there he goes, hanging in the air, banking it home.
Now, what does that tell you, though? It's almost like he hit us
there coming to help his teammate out. I like the trap that Alabama tried to set up.
Ellis kicks it back out. Davison able to track it down. He spins. Woo. Banks it in for 2 more. That's pretty.
Shackelford, Davison. Off the iron, there's Holt flying in for the board, the freshman. Shackelford. Stretch here for Alabama, trying to maintain and grow this lead. J.D. Davison just couldn't finish.
Strong drive by J.D. Davison, the freshman.
Lampman, their best option from 3. That won't go. Now the Tide in transition. J.D. got it this time.
There he is. He got one going. Elite level athleticism, end-to-end speed. He was able to finally get a finger.
Tide. Strong on the glass again. Davison. Left it short, Ambrose Hilton. J.D. Davison. Finding Ellis. Davison from the corner. Bottom.
Three-pointer, J.D. Davison. Good to see the young knocking down the tray, but to get a chance to show what they can do and play hard down the stretch.
Javon Quinterly dials long distance.
He's able to get it to fall in with the left hand off the glass.
Davison around Smith. The leaner as he pulls up, and it's short.
A lot of contact there on that drive as J.D. Davison was able. Good to see Javon Franklin back on the floor.
I didn't see him come in. Davison. It is an air ball that goes off by Alabama. You see the time remaining, bottom of your screen. Davison, yes.
My goodness. J.D. coming in as a McDonald's All-American. There's a lot of pressure. You want to come in instantly. You want to make an impact, a big difference on the team. But sometimes when you're joining a really good team, there's a lot of good players already on the roster.
Shackelford's pass tip. Tide keeps possession. J.D. off the back iron. Another offensive board.
That's his thing. You know, he's going to get in. He's going to mix it up for the team. He's a player that you have to have. When you have a lot of big men on your team, you have Bidiaco, you have Gurley, you need a change of pace big. And Juwan Gary has been that.
Javon Quinterly all over that baseline. Now Davison right to the rack. Oh, it just wouldn't go.
You know, it happens sometimes. Sweet move. Got him in the spin mode, turned it around, able to find the bottom of the basket.
Quinterly, what a pass. Davison off the rim and the tip back in.
To the basket, stepped him back, Going to the right, too. Tough move, big-time shot there for Mayo.
J.D. Davison, his first points of the game.
Great backdoor cut and great find.
Left it short there. Basketball back to Bama.
Shireman seems to be pressing a little bit. He knows that he's a really good player. He knows.
Oh, J.D.
The Euro step.
Wild pass, and that's a turnover. And here comes Ellis. We're going to wait for Davison, who stuffs it home, plus the foul. Drive and kick. Shackelford passed up to three, probes the baseline. Nice pass. Davison on a triple on the great feed. Couple things there. Free throw line for the Tide. Javon Quinterly. Deep three off the glass, and there's Davison on the rebound.
Speaking of those top four seeds, Kentucky aiming for a ¡1 seed. Davison with the feed and a flush for Juwan Gary. Kentucky and Auburn in line upon land. He asked for the call. What a move and a finish. And it'll be Bediako going to the line. Five of 6 at the line. Davison with the lob. Bediako the jam.
Again, another great drive under control. I think Liam Robbins, the first time he transferred from Drake to Minnesota, happened to get both from Minnesota after they had some changes up there.
Yeah, 5 years with Richard Pitino. There's James Rojas.
That's just such a tough cover for Chapman with Quinterly's speed on the baseline out of bounds. Those are some of those.
Davison, he can run with it. He finds hope for the jam.
That's beautiful basketball by Davison. I mean, he kept his head up, attacked the rim, saw the two defenders.
At home. Vanderbilt up by a touchdown. Miles for three. Big triple. Miles.
Rebound to Ellis. Quinterly will take a deep three and connects.
He is so important to this team because that's why he gets fouled so much. Terrific going to the basket.
Into double figures with 10 points. Quinterly another deep three, and this time it goes.
This time he got his legs under him. The last time, this guy's going one-on-one.
Oh, they doubled the good move by Alabama. 2 seconds left.
Score.
Can they score? Oh, they can! Counted for Noah Gurley. Quinterly extra pass. Ellis sends it back out. Great pass. Now Ellis in the corner for three. And for Alabama, that's their 9-3 station.
This team is playing well. A&M coming off a couple wins.
Inside.
Terrific pass.
Bediako on the slam. Yeah, the back iron on the second attempt. Rojas taking it strong and gets it to Dro.
Mike, you can tell already in this game, this is
lost it. Davison. Numbers 4-on-1 for Bama. Rojas jumper, back iron. Here comes Davison on the attack. Bama with numbers to Ellis. Ellis got it to go, plus the foul. Tough finish. Great defense by the Aggies, yes, but 14 turnovers, that's a little careless. Ellis responds with a three on the other end.
Boy, Ellis has been huge. Been able to contain Alabama off the dribble in this second half.
Shackelford delivers, and boy, do they need that.
Well, he's made a lot of big shots.
Back on the floor now for Alabama. Davison, an electric freshman. McDonald's All-American. Beautiful drive and dish. It leads to the easy layup for Bediako.
Just too easy on.
Oh, beautiful feed. Beautiful blind pass by Davison inside of Bediako.
Just great spacing, great ball.
Bryant from the baseline, an air ball. He has been off today. Davison finds the gliding Gurley for the easy deuce.
And he gets so well.
Here goes Gurley with it.
Got numbers, 4 on 2.
They found the right guy. Shackelford knocks it home.
I don't know if there's a better team.
Gurley for 3. How about that? Gently kisses it off the back of the iron and it rolls through the cylinder.
That's my man.
Now coming into his own late in the season. Rojas answers back.
Nice. That's what champion
in the action.
See you, young fella.
Well, last time out it was 66-56. Alabama out in front. Shackelford's been quiet all game, and he just rips the net from the corner.
Tip for a haircut was second grade. Like you. He gets a snip here and there.
Corner. Miles. Good looking stroke. Excuse me. Shackelford with a 3. That right hand trying to flex it.
And Davison loves this right hand, too, going to the goal. Nice stain at home by Toppin.
It doesn't hurt that much.
How about that?
Ellis sticks it from long range.
He's one of those freezing and a quick up with the knockdown.
The baby hook gives him 18. Lob, catch, and release from Bediako.
And Davison really
coming off the loss to Tennessee. They have not lost 2 in a row this season. Davison, they crowd him. And Gurley goes in for the big jam and foul.
That's the first time we've really seen a time dive. Start getting some fouls.
Shackelford a 3. Off the rim, no. Look at rebound, Davison. Shackelford, another 3 try, and that one goes down.
They're going to take a timeout.
Number. Here's Rojas again. Came back from his second torn ACL. Missed the first 16 games of the season. Davison's good at the drive and the dish, and it results in a 3 from Darius Miles. To this Alabama crowd. Keon Ellis for 3. Nate Oates told us this morning that talking with Nate Oates before the game, he said our concern is the 3, but when that happens, it opens up the 2, and Bediako with it. Nice slip by Gary with Shackelford going to the corner. Amude has it stripped. Davison leading the way for Bama. Good feed, great finish. Gurley's got a bucket. Alabama's turning it into a run. Match
is on fire. That's Sammy Hunter, who only shoots 13% from 3 on the year. Alley-oop on the other end. Davison hits Gary.
Well, don't rest. 25 minutes of ballgame.
Keeping up with your old teams, huh? Nice take on the other end.
They keep me on the mailer, you know, in case I want to contribute to the Spurs fund.
You're good with a shovel, though, right?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's what we like to do. As long as the roads are clear, it's pretty. Wow, good step back. His stroke is so pure tonight. Is right there in the same kind of scenario.
Davison splits a double. Finds Rojas down low, and Rojas gets...
If he didn't quite have it, he would just let it go because they well, no way Freddie Brown would miss it like that.
Sure.
And he'd get a whistle. Defense would shake their head. Freddie go shoot free throw.
Davison. Quad would have been. Certainly a player to look forward to next year when he's back. Open 3, and now everybody's getting into the act.
That was impressive. I mean, the other ones are all impressive. They were all home games. The Baylor win was good. Baylor wasn't at full strength. Doesn't matter. They still beat them, and Baylor's going to be when Baylor gets healthy, because they're not healthy.
Up 19, Darius Miles. His 3 finds the bottom, and they need a lot more of those.
Miles is known more as a full little pocket pass by Wendell Green Jr.
Rojas, he'll hit a 3 from way beyond the arc. Back-to-back 3-pointers, but Hard to pick up point one. And what will Shackelford do? Knock down a three.
Well, to your earlier point, that used to be a run for a layup, but now Alabama's not going to get a better three-point opportunity than that.
Sowell boy is going to get fouled. He went and undercut Alan Flanagan.
Walker Day and Kentucky back in this building Saturday will determine Alabama's season.
Davison down the lane. Nice dish. Whoa, making impact. J.D. Davison. He finds.
Baylor wants to make you drive the ball through their chest. They pride themselves on it on the defensive end.
Yeah, Davison got caught in the baseline, but he had a bailout there. And when he did, he found Gurley. And they're all over Noah Gurley. Shackelford on the baseline, double team quick, and there's 7 on the shot clock. Davison gets loose again, but he beats his man. Quinterly 3. As you say, square him up. Yes. Stay in front of him with Quinterly.
One of the best defensive possessions by Baylor in this game, but can they finish it off now with a short clock, only 3 seconds? Alabama is the more athletic team against a really athletic team.
Absolutely.
Am I wrong?
6 on the shot clock. Davison.
Loose ball. Bridges is still down on the offensive end for Georgia. They'll let play continue for a moment. Here's Rojas. He gets fouled and one, and Bridges is holding his right thigh. Bauman 4th in the league, making better than 2 threes a game. Did not have a great shooting performance against South Carolina. Shackelford makes his 2nd attempt from deep.
They're going to have that open all game. It's just such a
Davison skied for it. Projected 1st-round pick after his freshman year this year. Nice look. And an easy deuce for Noah Gurley. That's what makes Alabama so tough, the rim.
We've got one team projected to be a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament. Another one winless in SEC play, and it's the Bulldogs, like the more confident team right now.
Bediako gets it inside. U-tempo 27th in adjusted tempo according to Ken Palm this season. Shot clock winding down. Shackelford from deep. Got another.
He does it. Jackson Etter.
Going to follow your footsteps.
I'd say he's on his way to a scholarship.
Ellis got it at the shot clock buzzer. Georgia's 2 without Braylon Bridges. Picked up his 4th with 13:42 to play. 3 ball good. It is heartbreaking. Shackelford
in Alabama.
I mean, it couldn't be slow enough.
Yeah.
They want a half court, grind it out, get in your face, physical game.
I mentioned Darius Miles has been
I've seen you move for so fast, but he got into the game.
Yeah. Oh, good. You do all this homework as an announcer, and then they throw Britton Johnson at you. We did expect to see James Rojas.
Nate Oates was concerned that his team could get punked on the boards in this game. Not tonight. Watch out.
Alley-oop. Davison, he finds Gurley.
That ain't no miss there. That Bama.
Separation. That's pro stuff, Mike.
Davison, nice feed inside and an easy bank for Bediako, the 7-foot freshman. Get excited. Davison, oh, what a bullet pass down low to Gary.
Yeah.
Auburn takes it in the paint. They're 1 of 7 from 3. Nowhere Gurley. He buries it. That's a good look from Davison, who had gone all the way underneath the basket because they are so good offensively as well as defensively.
Another block shot by Auburn. Just ate up the right hand of Quinterly. Now you give up out of bounds under. Good. I think
that had to feel really good for him. They get the ball. Down 5. Shackelford. Again! They are right back in it. Jaden Shackelford's knocked down. And here comes the Tide. Miles lays it in, and we are tied at 73 with 4 minutes to go.
Well, again, you look at Missouri's three-point shooting. I mean, they're last in the league in three-point makes. They're last in the league in three-point percentage, but they were giving up wide-open mid-range jumpers.
As is marked it, it's going to take some time for everybody to kind of come together, figure this thing out with so many new pieces.
Well, those are the kind of plays that'll drive a coach crazy, though. And there it doesn't take long.
Arena. The grab for three, and it's all falling for the Tigers.
Again, run your offense through Kobe Brown. Good things happen.
Yes. Tied after her.
Davison tied up in the backcourt. Got it knocked out. Reclaimed his dribble and nice feed with the alley-oop to Bediako.
Yeah, very fortunate for Davison that the
Jones left the teardrop short. Here's Davison. Nice feed and a high percentage look by Bediako.
Tom, you got to load up to lead.
Yeah, but then he gets here and he has 20 points against Gonzaga, the third-ranked team in the country. That's a high percentage look. Bediako's into double figures.
So that time Davison
was in that they could have a bad offensive game and their defense was good enough to carry.
That's it. That's exactly how you describe it.
Quinterly got loose.
You fall asleep baseline out of pounds under in a tight ball game.
Too quick. Someone did launch it. Davison in traffic picks up another rebound. Shackelford stepped into that one, looked better, and it results in a tie game. It's a 7-footer away from the rim.
Good find.
Really good find. Davison, with his 4 rebounds, picks up.
Handsy.
They're going to get, foul on Vescovy. So just back to Davison for a second, because Gurley, when Davison got stuck in the air, Gurley made a cut.
Yeah.
How much responsibility is on the actual
downhill speed in transition?
Outside, Layden getting out there defensively, and it costs. Really good. Shackle. Yes, he can. Davison for Alabama. Gurley for 3.
Yeah, we got a shootout here in Birmingham.
The last losing season for Coach McKillop, his 3rd and last losing season, was back in 2000-2001. Every other to make these guys work hard on their fundamentals.
Absolutely, and some fundamentals that Davison comes out to throw a little 3/4 court pressure.
And that counts it for Juwan Gary, who's
Alabama still winning this game by a point. J.D. Davison kicks it out. Miles will fire. Got it. Darius Miles with his first.
Davison, as Alabama breaks the pressure, will set up Juwan Gary. Gary hits a 3, just his 3rd of the night.
Kevin, that is huge because
Nowling misses a 3. The rebound out to Lomax. And Lomax has his pocket pick. Ellis got a hand on it. Ellis from Davison on a thunderous slam.
Memphis is turning it over 1 out of every 4 possessions. That cannot happen.
Bediako fouled by Duran. He draws Duran's first, and the freshman Bediako will go to the line.
I say that cannot happen.
Here's Davison. First missed shot for Alabama. Tracked down offensively by Noah Gurley, the grad transfer from Furman. And Miles is set up. Darius Miles, his 9th three-pointer of the year. The one over Houston, they're ranked 6th. Could arguably be even higher as Malcolm Dandridge scores for Memphis. And here is Gary on the leak out. And Gary stuffs it as Memphis was late to get back. Misses a 3. Ball is tapped out to Davison. Good grief, these teams are relentless on the glass. Up top, thrown down. Davison found Gurley. That's 6 assists.
Offensively, when it turns into just a one-on-one match, and it's been too often for Memphis in their 4-game losing streak. Nice roll.
Davison picks up his 7th assist of the first half. Bediako off the roll puts it in. Gurley stands the time.
Kevin, we probably
near the midway point of the second half. Could be a season-defining night here in Memphis. Ellis, a top runner. That goes for Keon Ellis, first Alabama player in double figures. Could be a pretty special class this year, and Duran showing he should be a part of it. Miles, and 3 goes. Alabama finally gets one to drop, only their 6th of the night.
Little contact, little push off underneath, and watch Davison run. He's got Shackelford on his left. He'll go there.
Shackelford rattles one in. That's a three. A little short. And now Davison will try to push. Five-star prospect point guard has been outstanding. Gary with a nice follow, and he lays it up and in. But things just change when you...
Here's a three from Darius Miles from the corner for Alabama.
Fifth lead change, a little bit of a combination of Kristaps Porzingis and Evan Mobley. So I just love his all-around impact.
Off the inbound to lay in for Charles Bediako.
How much is that gap? You're probably giving up 2 points.
The lob and the finish from Charles Bediako for Alabama.
Alabama showing a little more energy.
Nice look.
Davison the assist. Gary 2 more points.
This could.
Miles a little strong. Davison rips the rebound away from McGusty. Miles no look to the corner. Ellis for three. Another open look, and this time tied. On the takeaway, here comes Alabama. Davison finds Shackelford for three.
That's where they get really good. Stretch this lead defensively and absorbing the contact.
That was foul number 3 on Moore. Gurley spotting up and burying it. Off the nice feed from Davison.
Call your way back in.
Yeah, no doubt. And one thing that's really hamstrung the Hurricanes here this week at Disney. The lob and the finish by Bediako. Like that.
Get hot defensively. Try to get you multiple stops on this end.
Davison, no look, finds the open man. It's Gary. So he was double teamed. Somebody's got to be open, and he found him.
Right. Well, had their attention, and once they started listening, we saw the results here in this tournament.
A chance for three on the layup. Keon Ambrose Hilton, collar approach. 7 to shoot. Davison's in trouble. Nice job cross court to get out of it. Ellis for three. And he and Larinaga. You know, when he led George Mason to the Final Four in 06, he was an associate professor at the same time. Doesn't he look very professorial?
No doubt about it. But he does not like what he sees.
That Division I head coaches would also, you know, give a coaching class or other classes. But since Fran Dunphy at Temple retired, and Coach Larinaga does last night, he's got his first so far tonight, but then he gives it right back. Here comes Bama with numbers. Davison gives it off. That's a good-looking 3-on-1 break.
Well, that's what you cannot do against the Alabama.
The lob. Nice. Davison finds Bediako. Tied at 14. Slipped the layup by Gary on the feed from J.D. Davison. Gary in the starting lineup tonight has delivered 9 points. Has the lead back to 5. Outstanding player last spring. Had a marvelous trip to Nashville. Made nearly half his three-point shots for the week. Good strength to finish that layup by the freshman Charles.
Bad shot. As good as Jaden Shackelford is. But anytime you have a bad shot, it leads to a better shot for the offense. Now that's the look that you look for from Jaden Shackelford that Alabama fans know that he can do.
Well,
UCLA last year.
Davison. Shackelford for three. He's got it.
Now you're in the danger zone.
J.D. Davison seeing the floor, finding Shackelford.
Got it. Jaden Shackelford teeing one up from deep.
Alabama's going to have Jaden Shackelford transition for the Crimson Tide. Here's where Bama loves to play ball.
Wow. J.D. Davison up top to Charles Bediako, the big man running for the out.
Shackelford with space, and he's deadly.
Jaden Shackelford lining it up from the three on the baseline.
Great offensive rebounds, J.D. Davison. Gurley kept this alive for Quinterly.
Good find for Alabama as their skill. You don't see too many big-to-big passes anymore, but to see some interior passing, it's refreshing to see.
Refreshing to see that for Noah Gurley.
Definitely so. Noah Gurley with a nice soft jump hook.
5 of 11 coming in. So the guy's got apparently a pretty decent shooting touch.
He's been a very efficient, maybe the most efficient player for South Alabama this season. It's a test.
One of the two freshmen. Inside, and the put up by Noah Gurley off the window.
Good find on the pick and roll to Noah Gurley.
Davison with the steal. Here comes Bama.
Big time play. Noah Gurley going up deep and throwing it down for the top.
It's Crimson Tide basketball. It's Alabama trying to continue. It's been a good stretch. Here's Shackelford doing what he does, and one. A chance at a 4-point play. Run for the Tide in the last minute and a half, just as Jackrabbits were pulling close. Davison, Quinterly.
Beautiful left hand bounce pass by J.D. Davison to find a cut in the paint. They're sending it out. They've seen the picked up the aggression. The crowd is getting into it, and every one of the players is stepping up big.
And it continues with Bediako.
Alabama with some really good dribble drive action. They're making the extra pass unselfish.
Quinterly connects.
Very difficult to do, and when this Alabama team went into Nashville and won that tournament, I think it sent a message, and then, they became a number 2.
Very dangerous Louisiana Tech squad. Davison flying, kicking, Shackelford firing, and hits. Perfect execution.
Here's a kick out now with Ellis driving. Gurley for 3. The bigs having a hard time knocking him down. Bama 2 for Pippen going to work. Got space. Wanted the foul. They miss that wide left. Immediately upon landing, he asked for the call. What a move and a finish. Studi again. He's hit 2 from the corner, but that one couldn't find the rim. Feels like we're on the verge of an Alabama. Here's Robbins. Start getting some tweets from players saying, hold on, I think I qualify as the best dunker in this league.
Hey, I'm just here to protect the poor souls that got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Thomas, no. Vandy's shots just aren't falling. Here's Davison, full head of steam. Bediako, footer. Finds right. Davison, he can run with it. He finds Holt for the jam.
That's beautiful basketball.
Once again, shot clock winding down. Tough pass. Gaines fields it. Pinson corner 3. Air ball. Davison has great speed. Brings the ball up the floor. Out of the timeout, Wilkinson's 3 won't go, and Davison with another rebound. Quinterly left open. He'll shoot a 3. Davison offensive rebound and the putback. And we're tied at 29. It's interesting that both Efton Reed defended by Bediako. They played together at IMG Academy last year, and Bediako wins that battle. How do you have 2 big guys like that on one eye to go? Ellis launches from deep. And the offensive rebound to Davison, and he is fouled on the baseline.
It's it back in traffic. Back iron on the second attempt. Rojas taking it strong and gets it to Dro.
And the guy on the other end, Buzz Williams, I'm not so sure he's not any different, right? His numbers are all in that head.
Right.
He can rattle off how many shot attempts they've had. Yeah. Alabama's shot 1,005
on the shot clock for Jackson. Pull-up jumper, back iron. Here comes Davison on the attack. Bama with numbers to Ellis. Ellis got it to go.
Carolina on that defensive possession got a lot of deflections.
Reese on a 3. Pops out halfway down and out. Gamecocks on a 6-0 run. Davison on a blow.
Backing up. Reese kind of stopped at the free throw line. I mean, you got to concede a three-pointer to him if he's coming downhill at you.
And he's got an extra gear that most players just don't have. Vincent finds a cutting Reese, 15-footer. Kicks off the iron. Davison top floor for the rebound. Stevenson. Gamecocks now 2 of 9. Bryant from the baseline. Has not been a banner game for Keyshawn Bryant. Norman Dale Proud just popping it Hoosier style. Bryant from the baseline, an air ball. He has been off today. Davison.
12th in the conference, but they've gotten better offensively as this season has gone on.
That's the guy right there. When they go small like this, Dave, J.D. Davison actually has to rebound almost.
So there, as long as you're in the conversation, you got a shot. Speaking of shots, Lawrence misses. Davison the rebound.
Let's watch and see if the tempo picks up a lot for Alabama.
Tapped around and right to Davison.
Well, that's what Alabama has to do. They have to gang rebound, even though they're a team that likes to get out.
Shot clock. Gurley misses that three. Saved, and another opportunity for Alabama. Ellis. That's a three. Hit the side of the backboard.
Just a bad shot.
Blair coming down the home stretch of his final season. A couple of national championship coaches going at it. We'll be right here on the SEC Network and, of course, the ESPN app.
Like he's earned that scholarship to me. Good-looking jump shot. Good extra pass.
Gary wide open. Left it short. Rebound to Davison. JD seems to be everywhere. It saves it. Shot clock at 5.
Good defense.
High arching shot. Does hit some iron. Knocked around. Here's the last chance now. Davison with 5.
Who showed why they're one of the more dangerous teams in college basketball.
So Alabama had 32 points in the first half. They have 30 right now. How about the fast break? Davison to Quinterly, who is... Davison with another rebound. That's number 9.
Good pass.
Quinterly. And a block foul again. Goes to the rim. Missed the layup. Oh, my goodness. He missed the chippy. He can't believe it.
This mid-range game took play again. He's quick.
Catching fire is off the mark from Kellen Grady. Kentucky has missed its last 5 shots.
Another good play there.
Couldn't get there because of the defense by Jawan Gary. Break opportunity. Kentucky floor balance defensively.
Allen on the floor now. One is a shooter. Nice recovery. Sheway.
Davison, hop step. Shot clock winding down. Quinterly lines it up. Rims out. Rebound. Poke to the outside. Alabama's got it.
A nice play.
Shackelford short. Pops it up. No, and it wouldn't go down.
A nice pass to get him that look.
Miles got a
counter.
Gets ready.
And 1. They've got to do more of that. They've had opportunities on those switches to go in deep and punish. And that time they take advantage by the big fella.
Gives it up. Brooks. One dribble and a J. It's way off and caught by Davison. A flash up the floor. Davison is fouled as he took.
Score, then you got to start giving some fouls.
Shackelford a 3. Off the rim, no.
Look at
rebound,
that.
Davison. Shackelford, another 3 try, and that one goes.
Yeah, LSU just switching everything. It'll be interesting to see if Alabama tries to take advantage of a mismatch.
Easton again got a hand on that one, and the possession arrow favors LSU. On that team.
That's pretty good.
Had a bad roster at IMG last year. Davison, bad pass and a turnover, and Nate Oates was not happy about that.
Yeah, that was just a bad decision.
Alabama is shooting at.
That's a charge.
when he comes in the game, they're a little more mobile, doing some different things with a smaller lineup.
Shot clock under 5. On the drive, high off the window, off the ring by the Aggies.
Good hustle. This is this Aggie team, right? They just, their pass.
Be anywhere between 5 and 11.
Yeah, those are crazy numbers.
Such a log jam after those top 4 teams. There's a steal by Jackson. Jackson will flush it home.
Telegraph and run and get some quick shots, but they just got to do it at their speed.
Davison walked happy feet trying to get by Carter, and that'll take us to immediate timeout. 6 turnovers. Do a better job defending offensive rebounds. Step out of bounds by Davison. It'll be Carolina basketball. 6 offense. Or you cut it to 6, and now just like that, it's back to 17. And an offensive foul on Davison.
And again, this is where you're going to see the transition.
Their ability to get to the rim as they now work on this pressure against the freshman, J.D. Davison.
Get a tie up, and the arrow favors Vanderbilt.
Floor, he would be an example of that.
Pippen's the one who picked up that foul. We'll take a break for a moment. Loose ball. Malora Brown comes out of there with it. Heaves it down the court to right. Takes it up. Winner. Davison takes it inside. Runs into Robbins. Nowhere to go. Lost the handle. Another turnover for the Crimson Tide. Of course, the ESPN app. Another takeaway. Alabama has turned it over 10 times already. 13 now for Junior. Couple of threes. Another turnover. Frank.
They've got to stay in control. Hopkins has a 6'10 wingspan as he deflected it.
Davison, dribble drive, and that time it's intercepted. Mintz steps in.
Got Hopkins a little late.
Mintz gets Cersei. Kentucky cuts it to 6. Davison. And they are out of sync. Steal by Mintz.
Nice. Oh, I thought
it goes off of the official Lee Cassell when he was out of bounds. Tough break for Bama. And it will be Mississippi State basketball.
Tom, the right guys on both teams have to be taking the shot. Tom, it's an interesting dynamic when the head coach gets tossed in a tight ball game. Now all the assistants, the roles over there have to be reshuffled on the fly.
Charlie Henry has taken over.
Face guard and fight if you're Mississippi State. Make multiple cuts if you're Alabama.
Bama's got a couple of timeouts left. It is Alabama basketball.
Pressure. It's going to be interesting to see how much does Jalen Williams come out of the paint to defend for Arkansas.
J.D. Davison turnover. 40. Spend some time with the family and leave with a couple jackets.
I guess your clothing budget.
This helps extend it.
It does.
They honored his 1990-91 team last week. They honored the. Tony has it swiped by Ellis. Davison takes it himself. Going the other way, and the offensive foul. Davison walked with it. Another Alabama turnover. That is their. And you can tell that he plays with a new confidence on the offensive end. Shot clock winding down. Likes forces the turnover. Arkansas has done a good job. Note for 2. And he's having a tough time finding his shot. 1 of 6 in this game. Now this will help. JD Notae jumps the passing lane. Gets his
Still one coming, especially on the road.
Turnover forced by Ole Miss defensively. And this team will continue to test Nate Oates' patience game. He says, as much as we've struggled from 3, we have one of the highest 2-point percentages in the country. So that area they've actually improved from a year ago. They do get a lot of layups.
Well, their guards are so. Here's Bediako again. Ball got loose. The freshman finds it. And then gives it up. Davion Mintz leading a 2-on-1. He'll take it himself and jam it home.
Bediako will offer a screen for Davison. And a Bama turnover. Wheeler trying to get it to Sheeb. Davison, a wild pass picked off by Mintz. Saved by Wheeler. 3-on-2. And Ty
under 3 to go. You know, Scott Drew continues to drive home the point in timeouts. Guard the ball. Guard the ball. Keep it out of the paint.
Yeah, look where they're starting their offense.
There you go.
A bad pass. Boy, they couldn't get Wheeler win the front of the rim. Sohan, who played his basketball last year in Germany. He's a big kid. He's only a freshman, but he is 6'9" and a solid 230. He too.
Switching that middle ball screen is Baylor. This is when he can get in trouble.
Davison with 7 points on the day. A lot of dribbling, and he had
a couple years ago under Tom Crean, Anthony Edwards, and he's dunking on everybody at the next level. Another offensive rebound, but it's given back. Numbers for the Dogs. Here's Eder. Dominated when he was at Westminster High School.
He's been their best post defender in this game. I mean, he's really been good down low. You see it again there. He gets help on the double team.
Davison, the talented freshman. Throws it off a Missouri defender and now scooped up by Brazil. Look out, Brazil, a high riser. Thunders one home. Now has been struggling. Davison went right into the middle of a double team, and Missouri was there to poke it free.
That's what he's got to clean up.
Now, it's a big part of this game, him going down with that ankle injury in the first half.
Davison in traffic and in trouble. That's a walk. You know, they don't enjoy the Darius days.
Just stay square, don't reach.
Picked up his dribble and kind of, you can see he got mad at himself, and a turnover. And Easton, an easy jam. Basketball, and this is danger time for LSU, down 7. Whoa, Davison, a spin move, and all sorts of contact and an offensive foul. He got out of control. He's banged up.
James Rojas is a guy who would have made a difference in a Davison game, in an Iona game. I'm anxious to see what kind of difference he makes today.
Now there's Davison.
As much as it is securing the defensive rebound.
Davison coughed it up. Stayed.
Oh! Shackelford and Keon Ellis.
Turnover. Tough pass. And now a scrum at midcourt.
See these arenas full of people. It should be a terrific year. Out of the break, they try an alley-oop, and they turn the ball over, and then a foul on Keon Ellis. So that didn't work at all. Nate Oates had a play.
74-63. It's a 3-point Alabama lead at halftime.
Davison loses it off of his knee. It'll be Florida basketball. Second true road.
But they like this matchup, and high above the rim, but a miss. Javon Quinterly, by the way, to the bench, 2 fouls. And Davidson, bad pass. That's picked off by Ziegler. But Jusan Holt took that last 3 from Alabama and missed it. He's been practicing really well. Again, one of the stories we touched on, Nate Oates, critical of his team's defense. That's another turnover, and with Quinterly on the bench.
It drops to 30% in the last 18. You must pick up Tennessee high and hot.
Interesting stat. That ball's off the hands. Davidson involved in another turnover.
Because I do have some college basketball looks so easy to high school players on TV, and it's not. It absolutely is not.
Davison got stuck up in the air, and another turnover. Nate Oates starts marching down his bench looking for
guy for Rick Barnes going forward. He only turns it over once every 62 minutes that he's on the floor, and he's a legitimate big-time shooter.
Another turnover for Dave. Jawan Gary, an offensive foul called against J.D. Davison, and Nate Oates right in.
And when you're the ball coach, the basketball coach in Tuscaloosa, you have to have that. Do you not? If you're going to make something of yourself in this city?
Why? You think there's another coach that already has established him?
you had something. No one has drawn more fouls in this game so far than Zakai Ziegler. He has drawn 5 fouls just off of his speed, quickness, and how low he plays. Talking about
easy steal up ahead to Gibbs, who throws it down.
That was really just a lazy. However, when you go on the road, you take care of the basketball, you rebound, like Jacksonville State has done. Right now, sitting on 7 turnovers, 11 offensive rebounds. That's how you win on the road.
It's a couple of free throws here, and it's a dream start for Memphis. A 5-point lead, 2 minutes in, and a trap comes. A turnover for Davison. Bates then throws it right back. Another deflection, another steal. Harris from way out.
a couple of plays that didn't go your way. You cannot break apart. You cannot fracture. You play too tough and too together to this point.
Like that?
Absolutely.
Lomax, the steals leader in the American.
Have shed much better courtside than it is on film.
Davison back in. He tried. And that's a freshman mistake there. And here comes Houston. Sasser. Boy, the ball finds him. He's a great rebounder. The ball finds him, doesn't it? Look out. That's an airmail. And Davison, with Sasser talking to him, threw it into the officials on
recruiting director at ESPN, had him ranked number 11 in his ESPN 100 rankings. And a travel as Davison tried to get up and find an angle and sliding over Himmy before next spring.
I think if he can step out and expand his game a little bit, here you see Gonzaga getting out and running. I mean, Andrew Nembhard is so good in transition.
Has led by as many as 11 here in the first half. They have made 8 threes. And an errant pass from J.D. Davison. Bolton.
State Mark Turgeon and Connecticut Jim Calhoun. Pretty good, huh?
Really good. As has the Miami Hurricane defense been here early, continuing to turn Alabama over.
At Buffalo wanted to hire Nate Oates. And then Bobby moved on to Arizona State. Oates took over, was great in the MAC, and then hired away to go to Tuscaloosa. And he has 3 games here in Orlando. What do you think?
Oh, I think he's got one of the best upsides of any guard, not only on his team, maybe even in this tournament, but he's still a little.
Davison traveled, took a step before he put the ball to the floor, and that's the 4th turnover already for Alabama.
Yeah, right now this backcourt of Alabama is trying.
Well, 3 steals last night. He's got his first so far tonight, but then he gives it right back.
Didn't have his balance when he went up. Actually, a solid defensive trip by the Crimson Tide.
Davison, another lob, this time sniffed out better by Darnell Brody. And that goes as the 5th turnover against him.
As loaded as I think I've seen it in a very long time. Over half the coaches already went to the Final Four. It'll be as competitive as it's been in a lot.
Bad pass by Penn.
Now Drake, you don't see a lot from the bench besides Coach DeVries. They've got to match that.
That's the 8th turnover for Alabama. Not so good on the other.
And answering our question, this is the type of fight that we talked about that we were looking to see from Drake, and they're showing it, not allowing Alabama to pull away.
Garrett Sturtz on the takeaway. Missed the layup. Out of bounds. Drake ball. 10th turnover for Alabama.
To improve upon. Offensively, he says they're still doing pretty well, but defensively is where Alabama was so underrated last year.
Davison again working on the big man. He turned it over. Quick.
Talked about it earlier. One of those 2 players to start all 16 games last year. Senior brings a lot of experience and poise.
Ball was poked away by Myers.
To work. Miles. Davison lost the handle. Here comes Oakland in transition with Parrish, the step around. Getting near the end of the first half. Davison tried to feed Bediako. Kane with the steal. Final 15 seconds. And final possession coming up.
Golden Grizzly ball team.
Yeah, look what the rest of the team has done. 18 points, 6 of 30. Offensive foul.
Jamal Kane has been carrying the load for the team offensively. Oakland has a balance, Rob. Jumper off the glass. South Alabama looking to get a spark going.
Of course, Nate Oates, the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Third year here.
Turnover.
Yeah. Davison drives through. Offensive foul on J.D. Davison.
Turnovers seeming to be a problem for both teams. I've talked to both coaches today.
And now Davison. He directs traffic. Ball tipped in the air. Gonsalves takes it for Anderson for the Jacks.
Coming up short.
Mayo long on the three. Transition chance here for the Crimson Tide. J.D. Davison showing off the speed, but Mayo gets the steal.
South Dakota State doing a good job of getting. Still a lot of game left. He's impacting the game in many ways. A lot of it has to be credit to the good defense of Alabama. Tion Ellis.
Trying to get it to Ambrose Hilton. Here comes Mayo.
And Antoine Petway, assistant coach, had to fly out to California to say, hey, look, we know what the NBA people are telling you. We know what you need to work on. We're here to help. Come back to Alabama. Be a part of another Houston junior who's out with cramps. Alabama balanced attack. Shackelford leading the way with 17. But you and I have talked about Keon Ellis, that X-Factor guy, best overall.
These guys going one-on-one. Oh, they doubled the good move by Alabama. 2 seconds left. Can score? Can they score? Oh, they can!
Easton on Quinterly. Quinterly trying to go around him, forced the pass and turned it over. But LSU gives it right back. 9 of them in the second half. But LSU gives it right back.
Some of these passes this game have been... What's he thinking?
Diarra lost it. Davison, numbers 4 on 1.
Taylor lost it in the lane, and that'll be a rare turnover on the Aggies.
Over and then be up.
Reese in transition, missed it. Offensive rebound. That was Woodley, and then he coughs it up to Davison.
Think about losing 20 pounds in the offseason. He's improved in every aspect of his basketball game.
Not a good pass by Pippen. Davison now.
He called that foul on Bediako. He was using his knee to push Robbins off of the block.
Lawrence just stumbled. Davison comes up with the basketball, and then Lawrence fouls Davis.
Well, Kennedy Chandler, Zakai Ziegler, they kind of go hand in hand. Iverson Molinar, and then J.D. Notae, who we know that's not a picture of J.D. Notae. That was Jalen Williams. We'll talk about him a little in the second half.
And sometimes he over dribbles, and this is one of those possessions. About 6 or 7 bounces went nowhere.
Jeffries tried to share it with Brooks, had it knocked away. Bama up 8. Amude has it stripped. Davison leading the way for Bama. Good feed.
Jones is doing good. Hey, Primo's getting some really, really good minutes for the Spurs. Last 5 games, averaging about 25 minutes a ball game.
Keeping up with your old teams, huh? Nice take on the other end.
Game. They can operate. If they go 10 deep. He is triple teamed for a second, and then he threw it away. J.D. Davison is back in the game. Miles challenges Smith. He blocks the shot
Frequently. May have a shot clock and reset. But Nate Oates was pretty clear to say, look, Quinterly and Davison in the Georgia game were not good at all. Alabama's lead to 8. Under 3 to go. And the crowd is going bonkers.
Despite the slow start.
27 wins last year for Oates. Won the SEC regular season and the tournament. First tournament win since '91. Loose ball. Bridges is still down on the offensive end for Georgia.
Alabama had to come from behind. They're going to have to do it here in the basketball game as well. There's a turnover.
In great spirits, and I think he likes this roster, and he recognizes, Mark, that it's going to take some time for everybody to kind of come together, figure this thing out with so many new pieces.
I would agree. He was trying not to absorb the contact and yet make it seem like there was a lot of it.
Yeah, you want to sell it, but you don't give it away.
Right.
Well, they just had their lowest paint touch game by percentage for this season, and they were not getting in the lane and then kicking out for three.
J.D. Davison.
Memphis worked on that in shoot around. Here's Nolly. Nolly misses a three. The rebound out to Lomax. And Lomax has his pocket pick. Ellis got a hand on it. Ellis from Davison on a thundering. They have forced 10 turnovers against the 7th best scoring team in the country. Nolly stripped, and Memphis turns it over. The freshman Davison, eyes always up. It'll be Ellis from Shackelford, line drive three, and he missed it indeed. But then Davison took it away from Dern. It's going to be Alabama ball.
Well, they didn't quite get to the 10-point mark, so they're going to have a baseline out.
To watch them go. Up 10, approaching 2.5 to play. Julian Strother missing a three. Rebound tipped out by Timmy and a steal. J.D. Davison steps in front and finishes for Alabama.
Help if you're the Miami Hurricanes.
Gusty had it knocked away. Alabama basketball after the 5th Hurricanes turnover. Quinterly again.
The culture, that is something that Coach Rick Pitino hopes to see in his sights.
Tied at 11. Just under 13 minutes remaining first half.
Now the Crimson Tide on a 7-0 run in this last minute. Davison with the steal. Here comes Bama.
The things there, Shackelford on the dribble has got to see his teammate, but Davison moving without the ball to the open areas where your teammate can see you. Good delivery, terrific shot from the corner.
Then Kentucky is repeat as SEC tournament champions. I look at my phone during the break. It's a text from my man Wimp Sanderson. He says, hey, we won 3 in a row some time ago, probably before you.
Ellis is glued to J.D. Notae, who still hasn't scored. Davison, good defense. It will stay with Arkansas with 11 seconds on the shot.
Stood craps. Is 7 and 11 a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, no, it's a good thing. Good thing if you're rolling, if you're starting the game.
Okay. I just stay at the roulette wheel.
Hey, bad
Very,
after
very
it
simple
started
game.
if you're.
That's short. He's not nearly the percentage shooter going to his right as he is with his left.
Meyer, baseline, Chamba, boy, there a hack job there, and he didn't get a call.
Here's Oquendo to Cook. Shot clock now at 6. Blocked right to the hands of Bridges and hacked by Davison. Shot clock at 1, and they don't get it off.
Finds Davis. Gordon, desperation, had it blocked. There for the loose change is Amari Davis.
So Martin likes to call it chest to chest.
Out of the corner. Gordon nearly fell down and gets rejected out of bounds.
To have a lot of trust in your leading scorer that he will not pick up the 4th needlessly.
We mentioned this game 1 of 7 today in the SEC. 2
on that end of the floor. You know, he tends to fall asleep at times, and then shooting off the dribble. There you see the bounce. See, that's the explosiveness, though, that teams love, being able to meet a guy like Jalen Duren, you know, at the
Florida Southwestern in Fort Myers. Hemphill again working along the baseline, and having none of it is J.D. Davison. And the
Shackelford, he faked the dribble handoff and took it all the way to the cup. Beautiful move by Darius Miles.
South Alabama rejected by Davison.
Wow.
Emphatic.
Through it. That's a prime example.
Studi trying to whittle away at what was the largest lead.
10, right? Gonzaga was number 1 when they beat him. Houston number 3, Baylor number 5, Tennessee number 8. So it's been an impressive year.
Coleman finds a curling Radford who banks it from the left side. Nifty shot. You know, it's interesting. Alabama comes in, the #1 scoring team in the league, over 80 points a game. Bediako reached 11 for Ellis. Radford off a curl. Not that time. And
Ellis doing the guys who are shooting three in the second half are not the same guys that were knocking them down in the first half.
Carter in the trees. Whoa. Circus shot somehow.
Bediako, he was using his knee to push Robbins off of the block.
Lawrence just stumbled. Davidson comes up.
Dominate you offensively. Alabama's one of those teams where if you let them get loose, they can get loose in a hurry.
Speaking of getting loose, Scottie Pippen Jr.'s doing it now.
What an ass out to the block at the right time.
Lawrence. No good, knocked out of bounds. A couple of years ago.
Offensive execution. Let's see what Stackhouse comes out of the timeout with.
Been hard in the second half for Pippen to get going offensively. He could use some help. Maybe that's the start. Studi knocks it home.
Solid minutes and then goes backwards on you.
Here's Jeffries. Well, he doesn't get many shots at.
And sometimes he over dribbles, and this is one of those possessions. About 6 or 7 bounces went nowhere.
Jeffries tried to share it with Brooks, had it knocked away. And then Davis tripped over the top of him. 3 ball. Shaquille Moore got it.
Just like they've beaten Gonzaga and they've beaten Baylor. Those are 2 teams a lot of people still think are going to the Final Four. The problem for Alabama.
Great spirits, and I think he likes this roster, and he recognizes, Mark, that it's going to take some time for everybody to kind of come together.
Trust in your leading scorer that he will not pick up the 4th needlessly.
Good as the look.
Powell, boy, he used to move to just get around and away from.
Back in there before the night's over.
Believe so, yes.
And we'll have a plan.
Next time he's probably just going to say, I'm just going to dunk it on you. That's a good plan.
Never overshadow what was a great game and 2 teams that are going to be major contenders to win their conferences again.
Wright took Davison end to end.
I like it. He's got to get it. And such good action there. Just 2-man game up top. Penetrate pitch. Keon Ellis. Shackelford just shot ready.
These guys going one-on-one. Oh, they doubled the good move by Alabama. 2 seconds left. And he's got Keon Ellis on him. He's much stronger than him.
He's tough, off balance, shot no good. In his press conference, if we want to play more, these 2 weeks are key. We just got to take one at a time, but these 2 weeks are hugely important.
3s already in the half. That's how many they average per game. Tough fade and fight.
25 seconds left in the game, down 7. Strip will be a foul. Denying J.D. Note.
Yeah, they're in that diamond defense. Bediako is not going to leave the paint.
Tony Watt.
Brown steps into the paint and he throws one to Sohan with 10 on the shot clock. He goes one-on-one with Davison.
27 wins last year for Oates. Won the SEC regular season and the tournament. First tournament win since '91. Loose ball.
In the second half, he said, look, we lost our belief a little bit, and that's unacceptable. Clearly, they have not lost it in this matchup.
Nice.
No backcourt. Brown, bit of a force. And
Hardball, who's playing for Kessler with a follow-up dunk and now a block. Smith's got 6. He's off with a 3. And Auburn, who started out 3 of 4, is 2 for their last 9. And, of course, they just missed the 2 free throws. That's another miss, so 2 for...
Look at UCLA sitting there number 3. Just got a text from Mick Cronin, who was watching the Baylor game, and saying what we all understand. Toughness and defense.
Is moving without the ball. Cut, spread it out, cut, as opposed to trying to just dribble.
For Memphis. Davison on Nolly. Pull up 2. Book it.
And that's a tough shot to go in the first half. Shed with 3 on the shot clock. The high arcer. It's a 1-point game. Back and forth, everything contested. Sasser, ankle breaker, right?
Division I head coaches who are still teaching classes. I think Tom Izzo has done it as well at Michigan State, but do you know of any?
I do not.
They've keyed to the offense lately. That one is no good. Nice defense by Davison.
Pressure defense.
They need some help. He's alone, and he lays it in with 3.5 seconds to go. Manning does.
Faked the dribble handoff and took it all the way to the cup. Beautiful move by Darius Miles.
South Alabama rejected by Davis.
Let's see if they can find him on offense. Start to get it going, down by 8. Mayo, step back.
Through it. That's a prime example.
Stute trying to whittle away at what was the largest lead. The struggles continue. An off night for Pippen. Shot clock at 10. They'll fire another. Stute gets it. Pinson steps into a 3. And the rebound cross-court pass to their three-point shooter.
Something that Buzz Williams has been known for going back to his days at several stops. Gamecocks. Bryant rising, fire 3. Splash City for Keyshawn Bryant. It's an 8-point game.
So there, as long as you're in the conversation, you got a shot. Speaking of
dominate you offensively, Alabama's one of those teams where if you let them get loose, they can get loose in a hurry.
Speaking of getting loose, Scottie Pippen Jr. is doing it now.
What an ass out to the block at the right time.
Lawrence. No good, knocked out of bounds. A couple of years ago.
Offensive execution. Let's see what Stackhouse comes out of the timeout with.
Been hard in the second half for Pippen to get going offensively. He could use some help. Maybe that's the start. Stute knocks it home.
7 to shoot. He's tucked in. Ball was tipped. Shebue. Kick it out. They're going to have to fire. Toppin. Noah Gurley with the block. And nice save by Grady with the slap back. Grady, shot clock winding down, trying to make it happen. Swing it. Toppin tosses it up. Off the rim.
The clock, let Molinar go to work. Just go. Go to work, Juan.
Molinar gets cut off, gives it up with 2 on the clock. Here's Jeffries. And he's off the mark. And Davis tripped over the top of him. 3 ball. Shaquille Moore got it. Cameron Matthews lets it fly. And Brooks keeps it alive. 3 ball Jeffries.
And Iverson Molinar certainly has to be involved in every offensive possession, either as a setup guy or a scorer.
Here's Jeffries
in the WNBA draft. That's going to be a great game.
Gary Blair, best shoes in the SEC. Night in, night out. Here's J.D. Notae. Williams. No, and the rebound kicked out to Likes for 3.
Extra minutes in this game tonight. If he shows him something, he showed him something there. Fagan lines up a 3. Back, just like they've beaten Gonzaga and they've beaten Baylor. Those are 2 teams a lot of people still think are going to the Final Four. The problem for Alabama, I never understood craps. Is 7 and 11 a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, no, it's a good thing. Good thing if you're rolling, if you're starting the game.
Okay.
Up a pick in the corner, and he didn't have a hold of the ball. He would purposely, from the corner, shoot it almost like behind the backboard. And the officials would blow the whistle like he got fouled. If he didn't.
All year. Yep. Really shooting 27% in SEC play.
There's a 3. Good screen. Flanagan step back 3. Short. Kessler, yes. And it was knocked out of him in. No one knew what was going to happen. He just, Wally Pippen, he never went back. It was always Tom Brady's world and a number of incredible Super Bowls and comebacks and what he invented. And his free throw shooting has been a big story today. 7 of 8. 13-point advantage, Alabama, under 10 to go. From that moment on. Pretty good place.
Oh, it's the best.
To fall in love
with
the best, yes. You want to fall in love with the best, right? That's right.
Basically limited him over the last couple of games. He was averaging 24 points a game in the conference in the first 3. Here's Oquendo for 3. That's the start Georgia was looking.
Tempo is not only the stop, but the defensive rebounding by the guard that can initiate the fast break without an outlet pass. That's J.D. Davison on glass that creates that.
Nice, easy stroke. Fragile team. And then how do you keep it, I think, is most important question.
Yeah, it's tough. I've been on both sides of it. On winning seasons, losing seasons. I tell the wall. Maybe their backs aren't against the wall, but this is usually when they step it up a little bit, as they did in the Missouri game the other night.
Close with a big run against it. Oquendo looking to drive.
Brown had a huge game the first time these teams met. On the wing, it's a three, knocked down.
We don't shoot it like we should.
And Bama zoning up right now.
Coach Oates looked at us and said, I will not start in the zone today.
That one. Shot clock at 7. 3 from the corner. Kicks off the iron. Great. Alabama has not led this game since the score was 3-2. Open three from the corner. Rebound. Coleman.
Oh, shoot that, fella.
Surrounded by 4 white jerseys. Kick out. Open three, no. Brown, no.
Make a decision. His decisions right now are grading out at about 50%. Yep. Not good enough.
Gaines, baseline. Mawani Wilkinson, no gains. Gets it to Murray. Gaines thinking about
defenses.
He's made more three-pointers than any other player in the SEC with 51, but he is deadly off the bounce as well. Open look from
Bobby Knight and Roy Williams to do it at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one thing that I loved about him is how he kept his hand.
Molinar turns on the Jets. Gets it back in the corner. Open three. Yes. Kick out. Open three.
Hardball, who's playing for Kessler, with a follow-up dunk and now a block. Smith's got 6. He's off with a 3. And Auburn, who started out 3 of 4, is 2 for their last 9. And of course, they just missed the 2 free throws. That's another miss. So 2 for.
We're not afraid to come off at Davison in that far corner.
31% three-point shooter. KD Johnson.
Wow.
Yes.
That's how they.
Oh, he just threw a bad pass right into the hands of Green. Let's pull up and try to knock a 3 down. No. Williams.
All you need to know about the Crimson Tide this year, you got a consensus 5-star and a first-round draft pick coming off the bench for you.
Another offensive rebound for Vanderbilt. Pinson steps into a 3. And the rebound.
Diarra lost it. David Taylor lost it in the lane, and that'll be a rare turnover on the Aggies.
Last year, and he wants to keep that going. You think about guys like John Petty, Herbert Jones, Bruner. All of those guys set a standard, and Coach Nate Oates wants to keep that standard. 20 pounds in the offseason. He's improved in every aspect of his basketball game.
Not a good pass by Pippen.
Time off of the clock to be down 2.
Under 10 seconds. Here's Wright. Sees a little bit of room. Goes to the rim. Missed the layup. Oh, my.
Yeah, can you drag Bediako away from the rim? He's guarding a non-score.
11 turnovers here in the first half. Williams on Davison. And picks up the whistle. Ellis is glued to J.D. Notae, who still hasn't scored. Davison good.
Off a pick in the corner, and he didn't have a hold of the ball. He would purposely from the corner shoot it almost like behind the backboard. And the officials would blow the whistle like he got fouled. If he didn't.
Ty Washington will put them in their seats.
Good.
Sheboy the hard screen. And then all year. Yep. Really shooting 27% in SEC play. There's a 3. Good screen. And if you can get off this ball screen and attack, get a piece of the paint, all of a sudden you're bringing help like that. Alabama's lead to 8. Under 3.
Oquendo trying to get by Davison. Does it?
Led to the transition and the tempo, and you just don't see those big runs from the Tide this year like you were accustomed to seeing under Nate Oates.
Cook on.
Molinard. Offensive foul call.
Alabama needs to play at a higher level. All of those guys we mentioned that are gone, the other guys that were coming off the bench in Ellis are starters now.
Ooh, behind the back, Shaquille Moore. Almost a high.
Florida 0 for 6 this half, 0 for 1 from 3. And Alabama playing great defense.
I would agree. He was trying not to absorb the contact and yet make it seem like there was a lot of it.
Yeah, you want to sell it.
Finch, tough shot. Shot clock winding down. Rebound.
Jacksonville State got lucky there. That quick jump shot.
Yeah.
Alabama, no defensive rebound.
Miles picks up his first foul. Here's Ellis trying to play a little defense against Darian Adams.
Floor space. You better keep Houston off the offensive glass with this spacing.
Quinterly stepped around a Carlton screen, and how about Shed with a little floater?
Gets the ball back.
One-point game as South Alabama 4 of their last 4, now 5 of their last 5.
My goodness, competitive team in a short amount of time. He has some really good players with a lot of experience that are hungry for playing time, and they're doing the best.
3 fouls on the Tide, 5 on South Dakota State. Shireman from 3. Well, actually, when Shackelford, Quinterly, Davison are on the floor at the same time, that's dynamic.
Definitely, it gives you the opportunity to pick and choose your.
Here's Wright. Speaking of those top 4 seeds, Wright took Davison end to end.
I like it. He's got to get it. And such good action there. Just 2-man game up top. Penetrate pitch. Keon Ellis. Shackelford just shot ready by Nate Oates.
Another offensive rebound for Vanderbilt.
Final minute of play in the first half.
And Eason with 2 more. 2 easy.
10, right? Gonzaga was number 1 when they beat him. Houston number 3, Baylor number 5, Tennessee number 8. So it's been an impressive year. In his press conference, if we want to play more, these 2 weeks are key. We just got to take one at a time. But these 2 weeks are hugely important.
Coleman finds a curling Radford who banks it from the left side. Nifty shot.
Pete, as SEC tournament champions, I look at my phone during the break. It's a text from my man Wimp Sanderson. He says, hey.
You know, it's interesting. Alabama comes in the #1 scoring team in the league, over 80 points a game.
Bediako
moving on the offensive end for Bama.
Martin on an offensive rebound. Stevenson falling, tried to hit Martin.
And is doing the guys who are shooting 3 in the second half are not the same guys that were knocking them down in the first half.
Carter in the trees.
Whoa.
Circus shot somehow.
Last year, and he wants to keep that going. You think about guys like John Petty, Herbert Jones, Bruner. All of those guys set a standard, and Coach Nate Oates wants to keep that standard when he's there. And that comes from experience, but he also has the speed and the decision-making, the ability to make decisions so much better right now. Time off of the clock to be down 2.
Under 10 seconds. Here's Wright. Sees a little bit of room. Goes to the rim. Missed the layup. Oh, my.
Yeah, can you drag Bediako away from the rim? He's guarding a non-score. Difference to overcome on the road.
Lead is ballooned to 7 thanks to a 9-0 run. The dunk. 25 seconds left in the game, down 7. Strip will be a foul. To 11 turnovers here in the first half. Williams on Davison. And picks up the whistle. Chunk of the first half. Jalen Williams thought about the three and ends up picking. Bama up 8. Amude has it stripped. Ellis is glued to J.D. Notae, who still hasn't scored. Davison good denying J.D. Notae.
Yeah, they're in that diamond defense. Bediako is not going to leave the paint.
Tony Watt is strong Bama front line. Quinterly on the run. That was a big concern that Bruce Pearl shared with us before the game on Tuesday.
To play up and down.
And Alabama, the deeper team, more healthy bodies. Oh, beautiful move. See, that's what coordinators, Tyrone Nix, longtime assistant with that program, does a terrific job. Baseball season around.
Limited time and did not score in the loss Saturday at South Carolina. Previous home game, Georgia lost a 14-point second-half lead to Vandy. Oquendo trying to get by Davison. Does it?
Led to the transition and the tempo, and you just don't see those big runs from the Tide this year like you were accustomed to seeing under Nate Oates.
Cook
in the second half, he said, look, we lost our belief a little bit, and that's unacceptable. Clearly, they have not lost it in this matchup.
Nice.
Coleman. 8 to shoot. Around the horn. Now Pickett on the baseline drive. Dipsy-do!
Good ball movement, though, by Alabama early. Did not settle for the first side of the floor.
Murray, he took that step. Watch that right foot kick 2 more, but a great block by Eason.
Where's the offense for LSU come from other than
Alabama needs to play at a higher level. All of those guys we mentioned that are gone, the other guys that were coming off the bench in Ellis are starters now in the Southeastern Conference.
And you got Mississippi State wants to stay hot, and Alabama certainly doesn't want to drop a third in a row in league play. Beautiful drive. But,
look at UCLA sitting there number 3. Just got a text from Mick Cronin, who was watching the Baylor game and saying what we all understand. Toughness and defense.
They're going to have to do it here in the basketball game as well. And here's a turnover.
Or as Conzo Martin likes to call it, chest to chest.
Out of the corner. Or nearly fell.
Trust in your leading scorer that he will not pick up the 4th needlessly.
High is your ceiling. What I mean by that is when you're not playing your best, is your floor, though, still a pretty good level. That's what's going to determine the conference champion. Another block for Alabama.
Jacksonville State got lucky there. That quick jump shot.
Yeah.
Alabama, no defensive rebound. Miles picks up his first foul. Here's Ellis trying to play a little defense against Darian Adams.
10 turnovers against the 7th best scoring team in the country. Nolly stripped, and Memphis turns it over. That's a carry against Lomax. Oh, boy.
Well, the ball screen action for Memphis is causing Alabama problems. In white jersey, have to hit a black jersey every time the shot is taken.
Sasser's 0 for 4. Shed. Little contact. Little push.
Draw fouls by getting into you. And he said it's not just head bob. What he does really well.
Pinson bounces it to Reed. And Reed with a nice move down low. Quinterly's on Days. Good play. O'Neal to Days. And he's got Davison on him. There's Eason. They found the mismatch, and Eason on the putback. Trying to get rid of it. Eason sends it inside. Days catches it and finishes. Eason's got Shackelford on him. Days drives from the baseline, hits.
Chip game. Right. So when you see her, you'll think, her little brother.
I like the intel you're dropping. Keep it coming. I could use a Hefner to Henderson. And Rojas just raked the arm. An easy call inside. Aggies will be at the free. That is a good sign because Levesque, the last 2 games, has committed 9 fouls and hasn't scored a point. And Frank Martin imploring his big man.
In Alabama, you can't give them opportunity after opportunity after opportunity and then come down and turn it over because
Get beyond the baseline.
Yeah, it was good that they extended that. Nice screen and roll.
Laura Brown finishes it off.
Right out of the timeout.
Pippen off the front of the rim as a shot clock horn sounds. Ellis saves it. The only three
defensive trip by the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Pippen. Oh, probably should have taken it himself. Oh,
and a rebound cleaned up by Shibwe. Mintz with some pace. There you go again. Oh, you can't give him that look. They open. And they are out of sync. Steal by Mintz.
Nice. Oh, I thought that was a good play.
Foul called.
Another good one this weekend on ESPN is not Tennessee travels to Fayetteville to take on a red-hot Arkansas team. Davison knocked down 2 free throws. Tolu Smith has a challenge.
3 or 4 shots over these next 4 or 5 possessions.
He is one of only 3 players in the country to score in double figures every game this season.
It's to play. Go to the rim. Bediako's out of the game. Go to the rim and extend the length of the game. Go now. Go.
Molinar will do just that.
There you
Leans
go.
in. Tony has it swiped by Ellis. Ellis is glued to J.D. Notae, who still hasn't scored. Davison good.
He could come back and run it right back.
Notae says go down to the corner. Here's Williams. Down the shot clock of 5. Bounces it down low. Challenged by Gurley.
Possession.
Arkansas got 5 looks at last possession. Notae. Whoa, what a move by the lead. What a rebound by Williams. Williams.
Side defense from Keon Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks was sensational with a quick rotation over.
Brooks had to go high above the rim to avoid Davis's shoot around. That's how good it was.
Yeah, there's some action, wasn't there?
It was. Mintz through traffic. There it is. Well, Rojas seemed to get away with a foul as Kessler ended up on the ground. He grabbed his arm.
Yeah, that's the next progression to growth for that kid. He's got a lot of length around the rim, but the hands right now, a little bit of a detriment to his to kill the will of Baylor. Alabama better stay locked in.
Alabama's made 15 of 6
this morning when we visited with him. How do you control those two big hosses at the 5 spot? Well, you control them by playing a speed game.
Oquendo gathers. Here's Cook. Found his seam. Shot clock now at 6. Blocked right to the hands of Bridges and hacked by Davison. Shot clock at 1. And
right. Make somebody else get it.
Ellis looking for somebody to come open. Here's Cook. He gets
from the baseline. Air ball. Brown there to rebound and finish. Kobe Brown won his 3rd foul. In the paint, hanging, firing, blocked.
Good shots. They've all been good shots.
Quinterly 0 for 7 from the field. Missouri on a 6-0 run. Make it 8-0. Lob pass to Brown. Leaner, no. Tapped up and a rebound.
LSU's offense disappeared late against Arkansas, and a good block by Jawal. Gurley ran into a wall, and there was no foul call. That was Efton Reed. Here's Eason. He takes it, and he gets fouled.
Hard play.
Good hands by Jabari Smith, Jimmy.
The speed of this kid. Good gracious.
And he made it up and in. There was no stop.
Gordon nearly lost at shot clock. Under 5. Coleman between the legs. They have been on fire in this second half.
Here's the ISO.
That squad in this one.
Well, one thing Alabama still does this year really well, they blow up dribble handoff and handoff action as well as anyone in the S line.
Gators with a chance to push. Here's Appleby with the corner turn. And then DeRougie with an aggressive line.
Sometimes they say a guy has a first quick step. I think Quinterly has a quick first, second, and third. Castleton, point blank. He's got